Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel. So I'm back at my desk and as I promised you, I'm going to show you the result of the eco dyeing. So let's take a look at the papers. This is on one of the really old book pages. I did a few of those. I need to stand up so I can see how I focus. See, down here, beautiful print. And another one of the old book papers. And as I put textiles, as I put flowers and leaves between the papers, we got a pattern on both sides. And that's nice. The brown leaves that I took from last year didn't get so much pattern at all. It was mostly a brown dot, so they were totally dead. So they mostly got a bit of coffee dyeing and looked a bit. I can show you. This is one of the prints that was the best. And let's see if I have. So you can see it wasn't so much pattern on it, mostly brownish tones. But I love them anyway. But it don't give that beautiful tone that we got yesterday. So we can still see that it has been eco dyed, but not so fun. I like them as I like these neutral colors and kind of gives a special feeling on the paper when you have eco dyed them. So even if you don't get so much print, this was one that I had some gesso on. So as you can see, these ones were boring. But I wanted to show them to you anyway, so you can see the difference. And these doilies I coffee dyed, so I will use them. They have been laying around for a while now and I don't use them, so I thought if I coffee dye them, maybe they will get used. So let's continue quickly so we can do some craft too today. And it gets more print on the one that is further down in the pan. Gets a bit more darker print. This was actually a leaf from last year that kind of got in the pan with by mistake, and that got color. Love this one. Can really see the leaf pattern on it. The stem on the leaf. This one was almost like a snowdrop. A lot of color on some of them. This was the one we painted. I have ironed everything, so I didn't get them in order. And this one was the one I just throwed in to fill out the pan. And it got this color that I put in. And look at this one. See that pattern there? I don't really know where it came from. It was like an ornament. Nice, however. So it was actually a success. And I put in a little bit blue color because in the spring, when the plants are just coming up, they will get or they will give a very yellowish color. So I toned them down with a little bluish color. And as I'm working with blue journals at the moment, I think that was nice. Oh, look at this one. Totally amazing. Look at these leaves. Okay, that was the papers that we did yesterday. A bit quickly, because I just had this urge of eco-dyeing. And the textiles I had the day before, when it was a fail. I put some bluish color on the bundles I did with the textile. It didn't take so much on from the plants, but I got this greenish tone at least. And this is yesterday's textile that I had in the bottoms to be sure that the paper shouldn't get burned. This is nice. Can use that part. And this one was on top. As you can see, they are really nice anyway to use for the journals, even if it isn't, everything isn't eco-dyed. And these are the ones that we played with watercolor. I have ironed them now, so they are flattened out a bit more. This with the gold was very nice. So let me put these away, and then we are going to work on the two journals that I have started. The little mini one and this one that we put some papers together the last time. So back in a second. So we're going to work on this little one that we watercolor painted, and as you can see, it's a nice soft color, even if it looks like it was quite much color we put on it. So I'm going to start with the cover. I want a cover that is a little bit stiffer than this. So I'm going to put a colored paper, and I think I'm going to use these that we had in the extra pieces that we had in the bath. So I'm just going to put one piece on the front and one on the back to give them some sturdiness, and then we will cover the spine with something else. So we're going to make two pieces that will go on top of this. I also have to show you my friend that made my stamp, did a ruler for me, tear ruler. So I think I need to try that too. Did this in his 3D printer. So that was fun. But I'm not going to use that now. I want a kind of clear edge, and I'm going to take off a little bit first, and I'm taking the side where we have the holes. We don't need those now. And then a couple of pieces that will be nice on the front and the back. Something like that, I think. I'm going to do like this so they get the same size. They are a little bit more green in the color, these one, but we are mostly going to put things on them, so I don't think that will matter. So that will be perfect. And I think the one on the back, I think we can put down. I don't want to decorate anything on that side. So let's glue this down. Using my bookbinding glue, so I'm sure that all the paper and textile will be secured. I can even do like this. It can be easier to get it in place. Maybe a little bit more on the edge. So we are sure that it won't rip. That away for a second. So then I have taken some pieces of different textiles and papers, and I thought we should layer this on top of these. So this is a piece from a rice paper with print on. And I took a part of it that it was a girl on it, but this was in the background and with not so much color on. And then I found this one with some blue painted and eco-dyed pattern on. I have hand painted part of it and the other part is eco-dyed. And I wanted this brownish part to peek out, and then we have the bluish part there. So some different blue-green colors and brown ones. The next layer, and then I took this piece of embroidery that we had in the first eco-dye bath, that you can see that it gives a little bit of brownish tone, but not any more than this. So I took it anyway, and then I put a piece of the other, that eco-dyed first bath that wasn't so good. It was at least one little good print, so I took that too. So I think we could layer that also, something like that maybe. And now I just realized that we maybe should have had some piece of lace too. Do we have something that we could use? Maybe a little piece of that can go along that side. Let's try. I'm just going to cut off the textile because the corners are just sewn together, so we have a whole piece here. So I'm just going to cut this apart so that we can get a whole piece. I'm thinking I want this small one. So let's take it apart. I'm saying it again, don't be afraid to cut in your laces. It can make wonders if you use the small pieces. That's nice. Been out shopping wood today, so my hands is a bit sore. Or not, I have not chopped it, the machine have chopped it, but I have to put in the logs. I need to take the other side of the lace. So we can cut off this poly piece. And now we can put on this little piece of embroidery on top of that. And this has been on a bed linen from the beginning of 1900. It's probably from the year they got married. It's not from my farm. I have bought this, but they got married in 1902, so it's probably something that is decorated for their wedding. The ladies in Sweden often did that. Their own bed linen before they got married, and put the monograms of the husband and themselves on it. Like that. Then I want something down here. Should we maybe have a label or some printed? Maybe we should just use a piece of the same lace. That's cute. That's too white. Too dark. So let's use this. Let's take the part where we have these two pieces going down. Just checking so I get the best side. I think they are kind of the same. I know that you have a back and a front when you crochet, but they often did it so good in older days, so you couldn't see any difference. I wanted to see a bit of that brown, but I think I need and I want a little bit more decoration. I need to change my scissors. This is not fun to work with a bad scissor. Yes, that's nice. See, another lace that we are cutting into and make this little extra piece of decoration. We still have the brown peeking out. Like that. And of course some embroidery. And as always, I'm speeding this part up so you don't need to see me do all the stitching, but you can still be able to see what I'm doing. So some stitching, and now it looks like that. So let's put it on the little book. And this will be a book that I probably will work on a long time. I'm going to put things in it, but then I'm going to do some embroidery or maybe add some little piece of paper or something. So it will be a little workbook. To play in. Easy to take with me if I'm going to be on a bus or a train or something like that. There is another artist here on YouTube that makes these cute textile books, and she calls them Just Because book. And I think that's a perfect name for these small books that you can use and play when you want and feel that you need to be a bit creative, but you don't know what to do at the moment. You don't get the right inspiration for something, so then you can play in the little book. Love that, actually. So cute. And then I think that this one will be filled with different cute decorations and small pieces of embroidery. I think that will be nice. And then we have that little spine there to fill it up, so it can be a bit thick without any problems. Okay. So last night I also did these clusters, and I just used the same textile that we colored. This old linen, and I put on a piece of old book paper from the batch that didn't go nicely, and a little printed or stamped textile piece and some lace. Just some scrap pieces that I did. So I'm thinking these will also go into this journal or maybe the other journal. So this was just a little something I could do in front of the television. So I will change the journal and take the other one, and then we are going to decorate a little bit on the piece that I have chosen for the front of that journal. So back in a second. So this is was the inside of the other journal that we started, and the front, and I have decided to use this embroidered lace flower and put that on the front of the journal. But I still want this color, so we're going to give this a little bit more color so it can stand out a little bit more against the white, but still be light and beautiful. So let's move that and take just our watercolors and blend some more of the color that we used for I think that will work. So I'm going to take a smaller brush so I can kind of choose a little bit more where I want to put my color. Just checking so I'm on the right side. And then I'm going to take a bit in the middle. And remember now that this is drying much lighter. So we need to have a little bit of dark color to make sure that it won't be pale and boring. Like that. A bit more water. Then I'm going to go for try to do the embroidered pieces on the edge. See if that can work. I should have ironed this before I started. It's much easier when it's not so bulky. Then I'm just going to follow the edges around this and I'm going to speed you up again so you don't need to see me do every piece of the edge. So back in a minute. So I'm thinking I'm going to leave it like that, and this will dry until tomorrow, and then I will iron it, and we can see if we can put that onto the journal cover and decorate it a little bit more. So that was it for tonight. I hope you got some inspiration, and I will soon be back again with some more crafting. See you soon again. Until next time, bye bye from Sweden.